Tequila Psych Services.
I'm Riley.
And I'm Sasha.
Today we will be giving you professional and very qualified advice. So we wanted to start off this podcast talking about epic fails because we kind of had one of our own in relation to this podcast.
Very recently, actually.
The first time we went around filming these podcasts, Sasha and I needed some extension cords. So I go ask my dad, I'm like, hey, do you have a couple extra extension cords? And he's like, oh yeah, they're back in the workshop. So I go back and he has 2 little extension cords sitting back in his workshop. Perfect fix. We hook all of our computers up, hook the mics up, we're ready to go. We film an 1.5-hour podcast, you guys.
An hour and a half.
Nothing was charging.
Nothing.
My computer, when I went to go look at it, the screen was completely black. So I'm like, oh no, we have
We're
lost all of
freaking
our
out.
audio footage for our first podcast. Thankfully, all of it saved.
Don't know how.
Don't know how. Eventually, we realized our mistake.
I come up to my dad in the morning and was like, Dad, none of those extension cords work. Like, what the hell? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. They should work. Well, he shows me a big slash that's in both of them. Legit, just like, how did I miss that?
That whole 2 podcasts was just like an epic fail.
That quite inspired this podcast. So, you know, great things come from bad situations, I guess.
We're gonna start with a lot of comments.
Hell yeah. Cheers, my folks.
So, with quarantine and everything, we are very involved with Zoom. So many Zoom fails that I've heard of lately. Someone was telling me that in their class, this guy didn't even have PJs on.
Completely naked.
And
He forgot to shut off his video.
so that I know was messaging him, hey, you definitely forgot to turn your video off. So he was just walking around, everything hanging, and the professor had to be the one to shut off his camera. He's like,
Yeah, that might happen sometimes.
and he just shut it off. Folks, definitely check your mic and your video before going into class. Do you have any recommendations on Zoom?
On Zoom?
Yeah.
I don't know, wear pants maybe? Don't drink water while you're on Zoom.
Maybe don't go to the bathroom.
Just, you gotta
make
hold
sure
it.
That's probably a good start. How we met actually in LA at a convention. There were some epic fails that actually happened there.
Oh my gosh, literally within the first day.
I got to LA, actually I was flying from Thailand because me and my family were having a winter break vacation there. So I decided I'll be fine going to LA from Thailand with an 18-hour difference. What is sleep deprivation? When I got to my hotel room, I don't even remember passing out. Our coach for acting came knocking on my door and I get up and I answer the door. I'm like, oh, hey, like I'm in my sleepy, sleepy bed head and a sleepy voice and everything. She's like, are you okay? You weren't at orientation?
Well, and mind you, before this, I had been texting her because I'm expecting her to come sit next to me at this thing. I'm like, where is this girl? Where's Sasha? I'm texting Mary. Like, something happened. Something bad.
Yeah.
Apparently sleep was the only thing that happened.
Yeah, speaking of getting lost though, we did get lost.
Oh, yes. Okay,
In a hotel.
First of all, this hotel, I've never seen something so big before. Like, how many floors do you think it had? Maybe 100?
Yeah, something like that. It was huge.
It was huge. And so we were going on an adventure. I think we were looking for a restaurant in there, right?
Yeah, it was like a rooftop restaurant type of thing. So we were trying to go to the top floor.
Right. All of a sudden we end up in a stairwell.
And it was like, no re-entry. We try to open the door and it's locked. And we have a competition like in a couple hours.
We probably spent a good 20 minutes trying to find our way out of that damn stairwell.
Lesson learned, don't leave us in our hotel room by ourselves.
Probably just don't leave us anywhere together by ourselves because it's just gonna end in trouble, honestly. It's shot time, folks. Alright, I forgot to pour it, so we're gonna pour this really quick. Glub, glub. Alrighty, girl.
Ready?
Ready?
Wait. I'm doing this right.
Wait. Gotta be ready?
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Cheers. What are we cheersing to?
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Cheers to,
cheers to not wearing underwear when on Zoom.
Yes.
Here's a poll for you guys. Is it salt, shot, then lime?
No, I definitely did that wrong. I was like, I took the shot and I was like, I did not do that right. Hey, I'm so proud of you, Riley. You did not like shiver or like make a weird noise this time.
Thank you, but we're also like one shot deep. Things can change very soon. You might be wondering why we have a big watermelon in the middle of our set.
Well, since our title was inspired by Psych, the show itself.
What?
You know how they have like a pineapple symbolizing the show and everything? We thought we'd have our own fruit.
Our recommendation for you is if you want a show as awesome as Psych, you get yourself a fruit mascot. Ours is the watermelon.
Should I slice this up for the road?
The new taser now is a thermos. Since our podcast revolved around epic fails, here's a story about an epic fail in middle school. It was after lunch. Usually I have like a thermos with me in my lunchbox because I always had like these weird lunches. I got made fun of because I had barbecued ribs, like leftovers from. But anyway, so recess, I have this lunch bag with me. I'm hanging out with my friends. There's always those like couple weird kids like in your grade. These kids thought they were lions. These two girls were acting like lions come up behind me, scare the heck out of me, come swinging with my lunchbox and hit the girl accidentally in the face. Mind you, there's a thermos in my lunchbox, so that probably hurt. You know what she did? She just hissed at me and then ran away. Thermos is a very
effective tool. Get yourself a thermos today. Link below. I would have to, bring up my brother in this case of swinging things around. My mom asked my brother to go get, like the milk from the garage. So Cubby's like, okay. He comes back in the house, swinging this milk up and down. Mom, I got it! Lo and behold, the cap is not on. It's all over the kitchen, all on the floor.
Look, I know you live in Wisconsin, but you don't have to be that passionate about dairy. It just ends bad.
It does. Just recommendation, make sure that the cap is screwed on your milk. And maybe don't swing it around either.
It comes to a point with passion.
You know what? I say, Cubby, go ahead with the passion. Just
put a cap on it. Put a cap.
Any dairy recommendations for you, Sasha?
Speaking of caps, people have a cap on dairy. For example, like I've been having cheese for meals basically 3 days in a row now. At first I thought like, gosh, I really need a break. No break from dairy. Don't do it, guys. Stay strong.
It's just like exercising. You need to keep it in your life. You need to have it every day. Eat cheese.
Don't try this at home, kids.
I know you're going fishing tomorrow.
Oh, goodness.
Well, I have a story about fishing, folks.
This should be good.
Granted, I'm not the most coordinated person, out of anyone. Let's just put it that way.
I'm not coordinated. That's what she was trying to say. In the universe.
In the universe. Anyway, point being, my dad, being the incredible dad he is, was like, I'm gonna teach you how to fish. So me and Dad go fishing. He even lets me use his favorite fishing pole. I mean, this was like a really special occasion and I was kind of excited. So I'm like, okay. So I'm standing on the dock and Pa sets me up. He gets me ready. We put the bait on, fling it out there. I'm ready to go. And I'm sitting and I'm waiting and it's been about 10 minutes, and Pa's like, okay, I'm gonna leave you here. I'm gonna go grab my hook, and my rod. I'm like, okay, Dad. In those 2 minutes he's gone, all of a sudden the rod starts to move. I'm like, oh boy, and I can feel it. It's big, so I'm like reeling in. I'm using all my energy. Whip this thing out. I was so freaking scared that literally the rod drops in the water. I fall in the water. Next thing you know, I'm like under the water.
Riley, I think you don't get the point of fishing. The point is to get the fish out of the water, not to go in the water with the fish.
Apparently I wanted to swim with them. I don't know.
Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim.
That's some great advice.
With beer?
Yeah, duct tape the beer to your hand. Then you never let your beer go. You always have it ready to go.
I mean, if you don't have pockets, that is a quick solution.
You carry your beer in pockets?
I guess you make a point.
I'm almost... I feel like maybe, could you get like water? You know how like cats are afraid of water?
Yeah, like maybe
could you get like a spray bottle and like, psh, like go away raccoon?
Yeah,
I'll show you. It's easy for me to get a beer belly, so we gotta go to the gym. Simple as that. That made a gross noise.
I hope the mic's got that.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
no, why did you do that?
Papa's gonna be so mad at me.
Oh no.